What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. I wanted to go over a part two of how I explained that basically discipline is not a real thing. So I want people to understand as well that a lot of my topics on my channel is really about topics that happen after you have kind of got outside of the 3D world. And what I mean about the 3D world is really just come up outside of anything that is not really existing from your internal self. So once you stop playing that type of game, you start to understand that there is no such thing as chasing things, there's no such thing as discipline. Now, I want other people to also realize that uh, I'm a person that is really, actually a really disciplined person, and it's actually something that I had to kind of unlearn or kind of fall back from. Or I would say, like I've said in my last video, I'm more disciplined towards my internal self. So a lot of my energy goes towards understanding more of who I am, and understanding the codes of, who I am as a person, probably codes of my ancestral realm, and the codes that I need to move forward. But anything that does not align with that is no need to discipline. I also want to, tell people that, on your journey, it's interesting that discipline is something that you're gonna have to play out this world. You're gonna have to play out this life. You're going to have to, possibly get into that career. You're possibly going to have to discipline to get into these certain realms. But there is a time, I hate to use this word really, because I don't really like using these terms, but there is a period whenever it is called for you to awaken. You will awaken out of these certain systems, right? These certain systems that tell you that you need to do this and you need to do that. Now, I don't like talking all the way bad about certain systems, because although you have to understand it's all a part of the game, it's all a part of shaping who you are. If I did not discipline myself enough to do certain things inside of my life, I believe I wouldn't be at the place that I am today or have the mindset that I have today. I think also, when I think about the spirits that want me, or when I think about the spirits or my ancestors that want me to be where I am today, I think that it was a part of my journey for me to have a certain experience, for me to move forward, to be able to know where I'm going, like I said today. So, I don't want people to be misinformed. You know, a discipline, you have to understand that discipline into this 3D world is something that you have to do. But once you start going internal, it's kind of a different type of game. It's all about deconstructing, it's all about unlearning and then relearning. So what's interesting about the path of, being disciplined, whether it is you're trying to chase certain goals, chase certain things, um, it creates a structure within yourself, to be, I believe, focused. And I believe the only thing that I've taken from, my 3D journey, now stepping into what I would say is that you have to understand that there's a point where you kind of, you don't leave the 3D world, but you step into understanding more of the spiritual realm. So you have to understand that the spiritual realm does not, the laws that you've learned inside of the 3D world does not apply to the spiritual realm. It doesn't apply at all. It's actually a very different realm where you There are certain times where you have to learn how to apply certain things from, use certain things from the 3D world, but the spiritual realm is it's more of a it's a fluid place, a very, very fluid place, a very fluid place. And a lot of the times you have to learn how to be fluid. That's why inside of the spiritual realm, when I talk about certain constructs or certain things, especially when I talk about like discipline is not real, you have to understand that the spiritual realm, really it tests who you are as a person. It doesn't care about whether you have this, whether you have that. The 3D world is a very ego and title based world. It loves labels, but the spiritual realm wants to really see if you're that thing, right? So like I always say, it's like a tree is a tree, a rock is a rock. A tree doesn't do what a rock does, right? A rock is what it is. So when you step into the spiritual realm, it's not looking for whether you are disciplined or not. It wants to know if you are that thing. Are you saying what you are? Right? I'm not saying I'm disciplining myself to something. I'm saying I am what I am. That's the difference. Because once you step into the spiritual realm, it's like you're stepping into a creator mode, right? So you have to understand that the tree is a beautiful tree. It has the DNA of a tree. A rock has a DNA of a rock. So when you step into creative form, you have to have the DNA of what you're trying to create. You can't be, oh, I'm gonna be